Have you ever watched a horror movie that stayed in your mind long after it ended? The kind of movie that makes you check every dark corner of your room, makes ordinary mirrors feel creepy, and turns simple sounds in the middle of the night into something terrifying. Well, today's list is exactly about those kinds of movies. These aren't just horror movies filled with cheap jump scares. They are dark, disturbing, and packed with supernatural terror that can leave even experienced horror fans feeling uncomfortable. So turn down the lights, lock your doors, and get ready as we count down the 7 best horror movies that will truly test your courage. Let's begin. Number 7. Mirrors, 2008. Imagine looking into a mirror and seeing your reflection move on its own. Not seconds later, not minutes later, right now, doing things you're not doing. That terrifying idea is exactly what makes Mirrors one of the creepiest supernatural horror films ever made. The story follows a troubled former police officer who starts working as a night security guard inside a burned-down department store. At first, everything seems normal, but soon he notices something strange. The mirrors inside the building seem alive. Reflections begin behaving differently. People start dying in horrifying ways. And every clue points toward the mirrors themselves. What makes this movie so effective is its ability to turn an everyday object into something terrifying. After watching this film, many viewers admitted they couldn't look at mirrors the same way again. The atmosphere is dark, the tension is constant, and some scenes are so disturbing that they remain unforgettable years later. If you're afraid of supernatural horror with shocking moments, Mirrors deserves a place on your watch list. She's simply having nightmares. But the nightmares become more intense. Strange children appear, disturbing faces emerge from the darkness, and an ancient supernatural force starring imagery. The film creates a constant feeling that something is watching, something waiting, something that refuses to let go. Many scenes rely on psychological horror rather than endless jump scares, creating a sense of dread that follows viewers throughout the entire film. If you enjoy supernatural mysteries mixed with demonic horror, The Unborn delivers plenty of terrifying moments. Number 5. The Other Side of the Door, 2016. Grief can make people do things they never imagined. And in this movie, grief opens a door that should never be opened. The Other Side of the Door tells the story of a mother struggling to cope after losing her young son in a tragic accident. Heartbroken and desperate, she learns about a mysterious ritual that supposedly allows people to speak one final time with deceased loved ones. It sounds harmless, comforting, even, but there's one rule: no matter what happens, you must never open the door. As every horror fan already knows, breaking the rule is exactly where the nightmare begins. Once the barrier between the living and the dead is disturbed, terrifying supernatural forces are unleashed. The movie combines emotional storytelling with creepy supernatural horror. The atmosphere grows darker and darker, until it becomes impossible to predict what might happen next. It's a haunting reminder that some boundaries should never be crossed. Number 4. The Offering, 2023. Ancient evil, dark rituals, and a creature born from nightmare. The Offering is one of the most underrated supernatural horror movies released in recent years. The story centers around a family connected to a funeral home. But this isn't an ordinary funeral home. Hidden within its walls is an ancient malevolent entity waiting for the perfect opportunity to escape. As strange events begin occurring, the family realizes they are dealing with something far older and far more dangerous than they ever imagined. What makes The Offering stand out is its atmosphere. The movie builds tension slowly. Instead of relying on constant scares, it creates a feeling of dread that grows stronger with every scene. The dark setting, disturbing creature design, and supernatural themes combine to create a genuinely unsettling experience. For horror fans who enjoy demonic folklore and slow-burning terror, this movie is definitely worth watching. Number 3. The Amityville Horror, 2005. Some houses aren't haunted, some houses are evil. Based on one of the most famous haunted house stories ever told, the Amityville Horror follows a family that moves into what seems like the perfect home. The house is beautiful, spacious, and surprisingly affordable, but there's a horrifying reason for that. Soon after moving in, strange events begin happening. Doors open by themselves, unexplained noises echo through the halls, and the father starts behaving in increasingly disturbing ways. As the family's fear grows, they realize the house hides a terrifying history. The movie does an excellent job creating an atmosphere of paranoia and dread. Viewers constantly feel like something horrible is about to happen, And often, it does. Even years after its release, the Amityville Horror remains one of the most memorable haunted house movies ever made. Number 2, The Power 2021. Darkness can be frightening, but what if the darkness itself was hiding something? Set during a major power outage in a hospital, The Power delivers one of the most unique horror experiences on this list. The story follows a young nurse working a night shift in an almost empty hospital. Because of electricity shortages, large sections of the building remain completely dark. And as the night progresses, terrifying events begin unfolding. The darkness seems alive, strange figures appear, and a sinister presence stalks the hospital corridors. What makes this movie so effective is its setting. Hospitals are already unsettling at night. Adding supernatural horror and endless darkness creates an atmosphere of pure tension. The film relies heavily on suspense and psychological fear rather than excessive gore. The result is a chilling experience that keeps viewers on edge from beginning to end. Number 1, Ouija, Origin of Evil 2016. What if the spirit you're trying to contact actually answers? And what if it never wants to leave? That's the terrifying question at the heart of Ouija, Origin of Evil. Set in the 1960s, the movie follows a widowed mother and her 2 daughters who run a fake seance business. For years, they've fooled people into believing they can communicate with the dead. But everything changes when they introduce a mysterious Ouija board into one of their sessions. At first, it seems harmless. The board appears to make their performances more convincing. But soon, the youngest daughter begins displaying strange and disturbing behavior. She starts speaking in voices that aren't her own. She knows things she should never know. And an evil presence slowly takes control of her life. As terrifying secrets hidden within their home begin to surface, the family realizes they have invited something far more dangerous than they ever imagined. What makes Ouija, Origin of Evil so effective is its atmosphere. The movie builds tension slowly, creating a constant feeling of dread that grows stronger with every scene. Instead of relying only on jump scares, it focuses on suspense, creepy visuals, and deeply unsettling supernatural horror. So those were 7 horror movies so terrifying that they can leave even horror fans sleeping with the lights on. Which movie on this list scared you the most? And is there a horror movie you think deserved a place in this countdown? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more horror movie countdowns, movie recommendations, and terrifying hidden gems. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the scariest thing isn't what's hiding in the dark, it's what might already be standing behind you. See you in the next video. Did you enjoy this video? Check out other clips of Amazing 7 and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified our latest videos.